Welcome everybody to this edition of the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh podcast. It's my pleasure today to be interviewing Professor Richard Cure, who's Dean-elect for the Faculty of Dental Surgery and going to be Vice President Dental. So welcome, Richard.
Thank you, Grant. It is an honour and I'm very excited to be elected as Dean and moving up from Vice Dean UK to Dean of the Faculty and Vice President.
Great stuff. So tell us a little about yourself, Richard. What makes you tick?
Well, my career started as a graduate, went into general practice for a while, and then into hospitals, then into specialist training, still working in hospital, and then did my PhD in clinical education, into universities, and now sort of I'm here. What makes me tick? I just like training and education and assessment, and I think it's important for both the college and for the profession and also for patient care that we actually continue to develop and maintain the highest standards. So I suppose that's what makes me tick from a professional perspective.
What makes you tick from a personal perspective? That's the obvious next question.
I've always been not very good, but really enthusiastic, both playing and watching sport. And I suppose I spend quite a bit of my non-working time, which like yourself is not that great, still enthusiastic about sport. I've been very fortunate to be able to share that passion with my family, and so the two go together pretty well.
During the election process, we talked quite extensively as colleagues and friends over many years about being Dean and Vice President Dental for the college. What aspects of the role excite you the most?
I think being able to continue to work with a great bunch of people. I think, this building, 1505, everything about the college, from a historical point of view, is fantastic. But the college for me is about the people. And I've been fortunate over many years now to work with yourself, our staff and volunteers. And I think that excites me to be able to continue to do that. Also, to hopefully be able to continue to drive the college forward, not just in the UK, but overseas. And when I talk about good people, I think we have a lot of members and fellows who are based overseas, and to be able to continue hopefully to work with them and move things forward for us as a profession.
That's great to hear. And one of the aspects in office is about how you start your term of office. Do you believe in the first 100 days for a role such as this? And if you do, what would it mean to you?
Well, I think you only get one chance to make a good first impression. So I think it is important, but also you're probably remembered by your last 100 days and how you finish. So I would hope to be able to start and hopefully sort of bring people on board. I'm very big in terms of giving people opportunities, empowering people, and hopefully over the first 100 days they will see and feel that basically we're going to have a good working relationship together.
So the role of being Vice President Dental is quite demanding, and it'll involve you working for the faculty you know well, but also for the wider college and also as one of the office bearers. What qualities do you think are important in that role, and where do you think you fit into those wider quality pictures?
I was always brought up to be honest and to work hard and to respect everyone around me, and also to support people who couldn't support themselves, especially in situations where they were maybe being pressurized to do things that they didn't want to do, bullying, harassment, things like that. I also was told that can't means won't. So I think that basically I have a philosophy of basically making things happen if I can. The team back at Leamington Spa would say they know that I will say to them, that my favorite logo is the Nike logo, which basically is just do it. So I am very much a do it person. I take responsibility. I don't ask people to do things that I wouldn't do myself, but also I try and create opportunities and empower people to actually perform at a level that they even thought was beyond themselves. So I think that hopefully will set me into good stead for what is going to be a very challenging and demanding role. Also, I firmly believe that the main thing is to achieve the highest standards that you can. To say to people to do their best. Some people can perform better than others, but we should always aspire as individuals, and I believe as a college, to maintain and drive the highest standards in all that we do. And I hope that will be seen by others and that it will actually enthuse them to come along on this journey.
Richard, can you tell us about your priorities for the next 3 years and what they mean for the faculty?
Yes, I think we need to drive the faculty forward within the college. We are obviously alongside a big faculty, the surgical faculty, but I think we need to drive the importance of the Faculty of Dental Surgery and also to link with the Faculty of Dental Trainers. For me, if we look upon this as a three-legged stool, it's assessments, qualification, education, and accreditation of other people's education, which I think is going to be important for us. And I would like to feel that we can drive all of those forward in the coming years.
Richard, can you tell us about your vision for what you want to achieve during the next 3 years? And when you demit office in 2029, what will you want to have delivered in that 3-year period?
I would hope that as a college, we can be seen, not just in the UK, but overseas, as the standard bearer. That we are promoting standards of assessment, education, and patient care. And I think that assessment and education of the highest standards will drive patient care to a higher standard. So I think we need to be seen as the college that basically delivers that, and that other people will aspire to achieving our standards. That links into accreditation as well in terms of delivery of education especially. So I'd like us to be seen at the end that we have maintained and improved standards even. That's going to be a challenge because we are in a world where resources are not easy to come by. And there are people who want to actually dilute standards for whatever their reasons are. And I think we need to actually help and support the profession, all members of our profession, and also to actually through that drive patient care.
And you brought up the word challenge there, and leadership always involves a degree of challenging situations to work through. How will you deal with those?
I hope through setting a good example. I will always take responsibility, but I will always listen to others who have got experience, including yourself. We've already talked about this. People with experience of different circumstances. I would always listen and basically be prepared to change my views if essentially their views are obviously going to give a greater solution than what I've already started with. So I think that basically it is trying to always respect other people's views and actually drive things forward in terms of if I feel that if we can make sure that standards are number one, most people will recognise that, and hopefully respectful persuasion to actually deliver from people who maybe don't want to do that. That's going to be a challenge because obviously we're dealing with lots of different stakeholders, General Dental Council, governments, overseas governments and leaders. But I think if we put standards as top priority, then we will be able to, I think, win over people who maybe have not got that as their ideal.
So thinking in terms of the UK context, what does the Faculty of Dental Surgery deliver for dentistry in the UK?
I think, again, standards is important. I think we need to support all members of our profession. Dental care is increasingly delivered by the wider dental team. And I think as a college, we need to support all members of the dental team. How we do that, I think, is obviously going to be a challenge, but essentially we need to recognise that increasingly patient care is delivered by the wider team. And I think we need to encourage and listen to those members of the team as to how we can best support them. I think that certainly, like yourself, I've always worked in NHS dentistry. Resourcing is increasingly difficult, and I think the profession wants us to hopefully be a voice of reason, but also promoting the high quality of dentistry which is delivered in the UK. And I think that the profession needs to see us that we are championing their cause, but also offering solutions. I think decision makers, whether they be commissioners, governments, General Dental Council, have also got challenges, and I would like us to not just tell them what problems we've got, but offer sensible solutions that maybe we can all work together to improve the actual delivery of dentistry, make dentistry even more exciting for our teams to work in, and that will lead to increased patient care, which is what we all work for.
And globally, how does the faculty and college fit with the global context?
I think that those same values exist. I think we are known as a friendly